Why real estate agents still win with local networking, and why is more local marketing leading to less closings?
Welcome to the Open Books Podcast, where we discuss all things real estate, helping you take the road. Let's travel to real estate success. I'm alongside co-hosts Brooke Massey and Casey Tudor, and I am Curtis Haddock. Welcome to the Open Books Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and watch.
Mostly subscribe.
And watch too.
And watch.
Well, and like.
We're on an upward trend right now in our subscribers.
That's right. It's working out. Well, this podcast for me is special because I like networking, or I couldn't say I always like it, but I figured it out for the most part. And so, there's a lot of agents in this business that we see all the time. They're so worried about their online exposure and what they look like and what their Instagram is doing, and they go out and spend hours and hours making a video so they can post it, just to get 5 views.
Yeah.
And really, at the end of the day, like if I had to choose, Brooke and Curtis, out of build my business strictly through social media or networking, without any social media, I think I would probably pick no social media.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, no matter how useful tools and how useful AI will help you in your business, it can't replace
People interaction,
the
face-to-face.
the face-to-face, because that's why realtors will not be replaced, is because people need to look someone in the eye when they make a decision like that.
You built a lot of your business off of networking and just your connections and the people that you knew and you met. And so I also think that when people get into it, that's the dream. That's the fantasy, is like, I just want my phone to ring. I don't want to have to hunt for my food. Mm-hmm. And I just want the animal to just come to me dead. Do you want to,
Yeah, right.
And cooked and fried.
And that even better if someone can cook it for me like that. And that would be like, if you put the work into the networking, into the face-to-face, then that's what you can build. It doesn't, but they want it to happen like immediately, but you have to build up to it. I saw a very popular influencer. I cannot remember who it was, and I'm mad because it would help with what you just talked about if I said the name. But he said that 50% of your time should be spent on creating content.
Oh yes, I saw that video.
Oh, Gary Vee?
Was it Gary Vee who said that?
But then someone else was debunked. Yes,
someone else was refuting it, saying like, there is no way that I could spend that. It would be a waste of time. And a lot of the comments too were like, 50% of my income does not come from that. So why would I spend 50% of my... Now, the point of him saying it was like, that's the future is going to be all of this AI and content-driven type of stuff. Mm-hmm. I think my prediction is that with how prevalent AI is becoming, like, I think when people put something into ChatGPT or Claude or any of them, I think that right now people trust what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Wholeheartedly.
But that used to be like Google, right? And now people are number one ranked on Google. They don't get every single bit of business, right? And so, but I think with AI and the fear behind AI, but not more importantly, the what you just talked about, the non-human interaction, I think eventually when everything is AI and so many people are using it, that human interaction is going to be that much more powerful. Because people are not going to just I think it's going to get to a point where people don't just trust it wholeheartedly. Like whatever the answer is, I trust it right now.
Yeah.
I think that's going to go away soon.
It's already
Yeah.
happening.
Yes.
Like people are talking about, I brought it up in our AI class, like there's starting to be like, there's like another like Airbnb essentially forming right now that's more of like a wellness Airbnb, and people are like
Disconnecting from technology.
where like there is no Wi-Fi. You literally go into these cool houses up in the mountains or whatever, and you get to see the stars, and they have all these activities, but the most important thing, there's no cell service. Like it's starting to become really popular, and people are already
We can never
craving
go
and
to that
going to
place.
that. I know we couldn't.
We'd be
We would
dead,
make
but-
no money. Well, maybe eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
eventually.
eventually.
Eventually, for
you
sure,
know,
your business.
as soon as
will
you
be
make
running.
all the relationships as much as you can,
and someone else
anyways.
is handling those relationships.
I think AI,
Yeah.
AI, you
essentially.
just need to make sure that you're learning it, you're staying on top of it, and that it helps you build your brand and helps you with some visibility. That's where I'm at right now with it.
I guarantee that there are
Yeah.
people out there that make a lot of money from their content and from and they sell houses from the content that they put out
and
there.
they've probably been doing it for 5+ years already.
Yeah, even let's just assume that maybe somebody has been doing it for less than a year, and like they figured out how to get referrals, and people are following them and watching them, and let's just say that they figured it out. Okay, it's one of those things to me, like not everybody. That's not duplicate. I don't think it's duplicatable. I've always talked about duplicatable, coachable things.
Yeah.
and not everybody can be an influencer or
No.
at that level. I compare it to like I could make a lot of money if I played in the NBA. But how many people get to go play? Now, that's probably an extreme example, but not everybody who plays basketball goes to the
Right.
to the NBA.
Yeah.
Not
It's
everyone
not-
can be CEOs of oil enterprises either.
It's not a duplicate. So that doesn't mean don't do it, don't try it. It means to be realistic and make sure that you are broadening your skill set and the different ways you go about bringing your income in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think always just stay relationship, but with all the stuff and what they're saying with the content and stuff like that growing, I think there is a little bit about if you can do it. And because like even just on TikTok right now, the biggest trend on TikTok, just talking about AI and being fake, is authenticity. Is you have to be authentic. Like don't post on TikTok with all your fancy little, AI edited ones. Like they want you to genuinely pull up TikTok, hit the thing, and just
you.
while you're driving, just talk about it, right?
And
I
it's so
think-
much easier.
I think if you're gonna do
while you're
that-
parked in the car,
Yeah, while you're
talking about
parked,
it.
not
That's what-
driving.
Well, that's
Sure.
what they want you to
she
do.
meant.
No, I'm just kidding. But I think if you're like thinking about that, I think that's probably the easiest thing you can do that is duplicatable, that no one has to be perfect about. If you're already talking to people, as a real estate agent, you can.
Let me tell you why I'm good at networking and other people aren't.
Okay, tell
I'm just
us.
gonna tell you a story. So,
I'm listening.
Okay. So,
Arrogant.
no. For what I mean by this is
No.
what it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
And this is
What you mean by this is why you're better than everyone
yeah,
else.
and this is a little extreme of a case. This doesn't. Not everyone can do this, and it doesn't have to happen this way. It's just something that happened. But it's again me networking and putting myself around people and utilizing every situation to try to build my business with.
Yeah.
So, my wife's best friend lives next door, and her brother and his wife have twins, and they're like 2, and they've got longer curly hair. They're super cute. Well, the wife is super connected. She knows everybody, which means she has tons of realtor friends, and they live in historic OKC. And we were talking, and she goes, "What?" Because she knew I used to be a barber. And she goes, "I don't know what to do with the twins' hair. Like, I don't want to go get them all chopped off." And I was like, what I think you should do is just what I used to do when I was a barber with little kids is like, I would just show them the scissors. I would almost pretend cut their hair. And then like, if I felt like we could maybe get through it, we'd attempt it. If not, then there's their first haircut.
Yeah.
And maybe I just cut a little piece off for you to take home.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Ooh, I like that." And I go, they're next door. And I go, "Well, I'll just do it for you right now." And she's like, "What, really?"
$100, but yeah.
Yeah, no, she's like, "Well, how much you charge?" I'm like, "Look, I'll just do it." I was like, "It'll be fun." I was like, they'll have a good time. I was like, and then you don't have to worry about it. And as I'm cutting it, she's like, as I'm getting done, she's like, "What's your Venmo?" I go, "I'm not charging you."
Yeah.
I said, "How about this? How about you buy a house for me when you're ready to move?" And she goes, "We can do that." And she committed to me right there.
Yeah.
And guess who I'm showing houses to tonight?
How long
That
ago is
person.
this?
about a month ago.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. I kind of knew they were, because they had the
Okay.
twins.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
need
yeah.
to get into a better school district. That because of, so I
Oh,
figured
yeah.
it was time. I mean, Ricky Cruz says that he built his entire business off people who aren't ready to move.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
like,
Well,
well, duh,
it's-
because everyone moves. But those are the things that, like, it took me 30 minutes. We were already hanging out. Like we already all brought food. We were all hanging out, drinking beer, doing whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'll just knock this out real quick, and they appreciate it. And they're like, "You've just done so much for us." I'm like, I really
that's
did.
essentially the same as free content. You giving out free
Yeah.
content is like translates to people wanting more.
And that was like people's, like, their baby's first haircuts are like really important.
Big deal.
Well, and
know?
I think too, people need to realize like the trend. Like you obviously knew that they had kids, and like there's always a need for something. I have a really good friend of mine, DJ Lightbright. Now he's the main DJ for Oklahoma City Thunder, and got to do the championship and everything with them. But one thing I learned from him, and just being a DJ, he watched those people that just had a baby, that just got engaged and stuff like
yeah.
that, and he really built his business through weddings and even baby showers and stuff. And now he's the main DJ for Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
So, because of those things. So I think there's something really to that.
Yeah.
Visibility doesn't equal trust. Why? I mean, I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit
Yeah,
already,
because
but people don't call
No connection.
yeah, people want to work with people that they trust, that they know are going to take care of them.
And you don't have to know anything about selling houses to get that.
No, you do not. And I will say,
Suckers.
the more visible you are, the easier it is to build trust.
Get some credibility.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So visibility doesn't equal trust. That does not mean visibility is not important.
Yeah.
It means that face to face, that trust is the most important thing. And a big trend that I see right now is people are really trying to gun for, like, quit wasting your time on one-to-one conversations and try to figure out how to have that same conversation with a lot of people.
Well,
Great concept, yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't work, does it?
but then it's
I
a
think
numbers game.
It's still a numbers game, and
but it's a bigger number game.
the trust is not it's not created as strong, because now they don't feel like it's personalized to them. And let's say you're able to talk to 100 people instead of one, and you're able to pick up 5% of them. That's 5 people instead of one. That's a great game plan.
Sure.
And I think it could work if you can learn how to get in front of that many people. But what I see happening is what I see with all of the people that are talking about that with social media and influence, all that stuff. To me, the money is in selling you the idea and getting you to pay money to learn how to make it easier. And I think the point of what we're trying to say is that there's no shortcut. The people who are actually making that work, they had to do all of the hard stuff first to build the brand, build the name, build the relationships, and now they're able to do it. They're not teaching. They're trying to get people to step 20.
Yes, that's what I was
without
gonna
doing
say.
step 1 through 19.
Well, because like I built a
Yeah.
lot of my business when I first started in real estate from social media, but it's not from me posting all these crazy reels and doing that. It came from my past. I went to several different colleges. I traveled around the entire state working. And so I made a ton. I networked with a ton of people. So when I got into real estate, that social media just helped me reconnect with those people that already know, like, and trust me.
Yeah, what you said, the video you were talking about with the lady who said that got bet to do 100 deals or get 100 listings by the end of the year.
Oh, yeah.
The
yeah.
one thing that she changed was her mindset. It's funny because that's so true, because we've had agents that come in here and they sit down, they've never sold a house before, and they go, yeah, I'd really like to get into luxury homes. And it's like,
Oh, yes.
okay, so first of all, we need to work on your mindset, because
Yeah.
that ain't the way it works. So you
Yeah.
have a lot of work to do.
Unless you're already
Yeah.
in that connected in there. But
Right.
usually it's like young people.
It's weird. It's
you know?
weird because, obviously your mindset should always improve. But I feel like when I started, like I just had a different mindset at the time. Was like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it, and I didn't think about any of that stuff.
Yeah, if a $50,000 deal came, let's get the experience.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That wasn't the point.
Or it wasn't like I'm not gonna. If I spend 20 hours making $100, it's like you didn't. I didn't think about that either. I just went and did the work,
Yeah.
and then I saw my check. I was like, well, dang, that was a lot of work for nothing. But boy, was the experience worth more than my paycheck.
I got a guy right now that is. I met at an open house like a year ago, and he's even bought a house without me because his wife knew an agent, and he's called and talked to me several times in between them, and like, yeah, just so you know, we're not using her again. And I was like, I appreciate it. And so now we're like looking at lots, and I've got an offer in right now on a $40,000 lot, and this guy makes tons of money.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I just want you to know, like, this is just one of many. I'm like, dude, you don't have to sell me on this.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know the opportunity here.
Absolutely.
Like, I appreciate it.
Well,
like,
you're going to earn it.
Yeah.
You're going to do a great job, and he'll be like, wow, he did all that for a $40,000 lot. Imagine what he's going to do for me on $1 million house.
He like feels bad because he knows that I do more than that. I'm like, dude, I get it. I understand what's happening here.
But he's like, I'm going to take care of you because of the relationship. I'm not going to take care of you just because of the paycheck on this one transaction. I think people who have that mindset, I actually say that to people sometimes because I'm like, listen, I care. I understand that this is not a big one or whatever, or that, you know, there's a lot of, or sometimes when I have to work, so like there's a lot more work involved in a transaction sometimes. And I've had people like feel really bad. Like, I'm so sorry this is happening. I'm like, listen, I'm going to take care of you no matter what. I care about our relationship more than I care about how much time I'm spending on it, how much money I'm making on it. And from that, I just want it to be good for you so that you send me your people and come back to me again. That's all I ask.
Yeah. And I think you got to like, okay, so this is networking too. So I was telling you that I've got to show houses on Easter and stuff. Well, I sort of got out of it because he went and visited a Tabor home. And I got it under contract.
Nice.
But I'm still going out on Easter because he wants to show his friends.
You're like, I got an opportunity to not be with the family. I'm taking it.
No, so, well, the good thing is we're just going to see that house to show his friends and family. And like, even my wife gets it. Like, she understands. She's like, oh yeah, go, because it'll be an hour of your time and you're going to meet all his friends and family while he's excited about a home.
Yes.
You know, so I'm going to get all their information.
Like,
and then you'll be back in time to still see everybody.
Yeah.
I think this is like way past this topic that we already talked about, but I wanted to bring it up. I think why a lot of people are not good coaches, like you could be a great agent and not a great mentor or coach, and you could be a great mentor coach and not have been like a top producing agent. But I think why a lot of people are not, it doesn't translate to coaching so well, is because when we're trying to teach people these concepts, is that we forget like what our mindset was when we first got started, and we're trying to put people in our mindset of today. And so when if you're learning and you're being mentored by somebody, ask that mentor, hey, I want to know what I need to do when you were in my position, not what you're doing now, but what you did when you were in my position. And then if you're a mentor coach, you really need to try to make sure you're putting yourself in where they, like what they know, where they've been, what their connections are, and what's going to help them, learn, from where they are at that moment.
Yeah,
It's
it really
so hard to do sometimes.
Very, very hard.
Some of the advice we give is like, treat it like a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so if you tell someone that's brand new that, and they can't know everything up front, and you can't tell them everything up front. So it's up to them at this point, and this is part of the expectation would be like, hey, you need to treat this like a full-time job. And if you notice 2-3 days go by and you haven't really done much, well, then you're not treating it like a full-time job. And maybe that's because you don't know what to do, but maybe that's what you need to spend tomorrow figuring out.
Yeah. A lot of people do not treat
go
it
to the
like
gas
a full-time
station.
job.
Talk to the person at the pump next to you. All day long, do something. Go
embarrass yourself. I mean, go talk to them at the gas station and make a fool out of yourself. But you will learn like what to do, what not to do.
Yeah, right. I've said so many.
And I'm even
things.
talking to myself at that, like right now too, because like there are times where I don't say. I mean, if the opportunity comes up, I almost always take it.
Yeah.
But there have been times where I'm just tired.
Dude,
and,
same.
I'm just
I do that at open houses. Sometimes I'm like, if they don't say I want to put an offer on a house, I'm not even going to talk to them.
I'll let
I
them
have
go.
that attitude sometimes.
But if you practice doing it in those moments, you can learn so much from it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, yeah, especially if you don't feel like it when you do it. That's where the real results. It's like, just like
That's
going
where
to the
the growth
gym. It's
comes
like
in.
if you wait till you feel like it, you're never going to get the results because you rarely feel like going to the gym.
Well,
Are you
you're
kidding? I never feel like it.
every time you go to the gym.
That's right.
One advice, Casey, that you say all the time, and I really have taken it to heart, is real estate is life. And like, not saying like you have to work yourself to death, but it is. It's like everywhere you go, you just talk to people. It's like, it's that simple. We're
They
supposed
say
to
the
be.
world is your oyster.
Yeah, we're supposed to be good people and love each other anyways. And like, why not? If you see someone struggling or something, or like they have like, just go over there and just help. Just be a good human. One, it make you feel better, but also two, you might make some money from it.
Yeah. Well, to me, yeah, it's a matter of serving people and just being confident in who you are, working on that. And I mean, there's so many pieces to this.
It is.
Yesterday I was at a closing that, I'm not even gonna get into it. Yesterday was not a good day for real estate. I closed it, but my buyer got treated very poorly by the seller.
Okay. Where really? Is your buyer?
Yeah, it was just the way they left the house. It was just really disappointing, and it was honestly disrespectful.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And so
How'd you handle that?
I spent a couple hours like helping him take some things out of the house. I took all these TV brackets down off the wall because the guy didn't leave the little hooks from the TV. So it's like, well, now the brackets are worthless.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know how I'm going to get these off. This seems like a big job. And I'm like, I was like, I'll be right back. I'll go get my tools.
Dude,
Yeah.
I
You
bet
know.
you that
See, just being a good person.
that action right there probably just earned you that guy's entire network.
Yeah.
For the rest of the time that he breathes.
Right. Yeah.
100%. I'll tell you, this is just the person that anyone watching out there that Casey Tudor is. Like, he does, like, I don't know very many people. I don't know very many agents that would have done that. You keep crying. Yeah.
I was like,
'cause
he's crying?
I'm serious. I'm
I don't
serious.
cry.
Like, this is like, not very many agents go above and beyond like that. And I have seen I've heard stories like this from Casey all the time. Like, he just goes like above and beyond for people, and he does things that nobody else will do. And
Suck up.
that is why networking it works so well for you.
Well, and they
100%.
say, yeah, and they say too, like, and I kept this in mind. It's like, you try to go like, man, I could be prospecting right now, or I could be doing something useful right now. And I said, no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Like, it was not on my schedule. I should not be here right now. I should be gone doing something else. But I am serving someone and doing something that he doesn't know how to do, and it's easy for me.
Yeah.
It's like a plumber fixing a toilet. Like, for someone who doesn't know how to do that, it's like, oh my God, my toilet's smoking, and then inside joke there. But it's like, for a plumber, it's a 30-minute job, and he's done it in his sleep. So it's like,
Yeah.
but anyway, so to me, it was like something that's why I told him, like, look, dude, this is easy for me. Like, it's not a problem.
You don't know for sure if that's going to translate into anything.
It doesn't matter.
He may not ever send you a deal. He may not ever repeat. But let's imagine for a second that he sends you a couple of people that close. He comes back to you and it closes. And let's say the people that he sends you, let's say that you get a couple more off of that, right? And all in all, if you do the math on average price per deal, I just named off 5 deals.
Yeah.
Like, let's say that you got 5 deals. I'm not going to do the math right now, but let's just say that's going to probably be like, at least with the average sale price right now, $40,000 to $50,000 in commission. Okay. How many hours did it take you?
I don't know, not that many.
Couple.
Yeah.
Now, granted, all the people that get sent, they'll have hours in helping
Yeah, and
them.
all the
But-
skills building, learning up to it. Yeah.
They'll be
But
like,
those
call
2 hours,
Casey.
if that 2 hours generated you $50,000 in commission, I guarantee you, if I were to ask any real estate agent that's watching this, would you have spent that 2 hours doing that? Oh yeah, 'cause that's $20,000 to $25,000 an hour spent there. Yeah, I'll do it. But every day they're presented with those opportunities and they say no, because it's not a guarantee, but it's going to happen. The more you do it, then that's what happens.
Because you
Yeah.
just take care of people. Like, I hate that we're in a sales industry because that's how other people treat it. It's just another sale. They're trying to turn and burn it. But if you just come in and take care of people,
Yeah.
that is where the impact really
I had
comes in.
gotten a phone call like several months ago, and I had done this open house I'd done, like, and I've noticed the trend that my open house sales come much later, is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
And so I do this open house, and the family walks in, and they kind of have this weird look on my face, and I'm like, what is it? Like, that's like the first thing I say to them, like, what is it? And they're like, you smell that? I'm like, are you talking about the weed?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I smell it, but I've been here a while, so I can't smell it anymore. And
like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No one was coming. And
so that one interaction earned their business for me. So the whole the conversation was like, we're not ready. We're just looking. We're trying to get an idea of where we want to live. And I followed up with them a couple times. I noticed they followed me on social media, and they started liking my posts. I'm like, that's a good sign.
That's always a good
sign. So
sign.
I follow up every once in a while, like, hey, look at this house. And it was not much. It was not a lot of effort.
Yeah.
And then they just called me one day like, hey, we're going to use you. And I said, oh, awesome. Like, and of course, anytime that happens, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I really know that you could have called anybody, and you called me. And I said, why did you call me? And they said, because when we said the house smelled like weed, you didn't deny it and say, oh, no, it's just this or it's just that, or it can be taken care of. You just straight up came out and said it smelled like weed.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, because it did.
Yeah.
And they go, but you would be surprised that of all the agents we've met at all the open houses, everyone was like, oh, that's not a big deal.
They're trying to sell the house.
They're trying to sell the house. And I was the only one who didn't. And that's not the only time I've heard that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of surprising.
Which is why on a different money-making activity, whether it, like when I talk about FSBOs and expireds, that my number one rule is transparency. Just be honest with people. If you are just, and the best, I was like, the best way to be honest is to be honest, you know?
Yeah.
If you
The best way to be honest is to tell the truth.
Is just to tell the truth. Like, don't sugarcoat it. Don't hide it. Like, I have to say this a lot to new agents because they're afraid for people to find out that they've either never done a deal before or that they're just new and they're learning. And I'm like, tell them. Like, be proud of it and make sure that they know that you're going to outwork the complacent 20-year vets that know what they're doing, and they know so much that they just sit there and just let it happen, right? You are going to go out there and try to do everything in your power to learn everything about the business to get their house sold or to find them the perfect house. Use that to your advantage. You're young, eager, energetic, full of hope and wanting to just crush it in this industry. That's a positive. So, I mean, yeah, so just be honest and transparent with people. It goes a long, long way. And as every single one of us sitting here has said to somebody, or probably even on this podcast at one point, is you can't say the wrong thing to the
right person.
So if they're the right person, and it don't matter.
I think too, it's like confidence and authority matters. It'll gain you trust a little bit faster. But it's like, you could, talking about the weed thing, it's like, that's something that's like, that's an icebreaker, really. Yeah. And it's like, why does that smell bother you? You know, because you can like, go out and it's like, I mean, not really. I mean, we smoke it, but, but we don't want someone else's weed, and then you have a conversation and it's like, you can just open up an immediate relationship by having some kind of, like, because the alternative is like getting real awkward about it.
Yeah.
Or canceling the open house
because trying to cover it up or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, or like, what kind of housewarming party are you trying to have?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
You need to know what their closing gift is.
Is the weed smell something you're looking for in a home?
Right.
Yeah.
I know you need 4 bedrooms, but what about the weed smell?
Yeah.
Is that in your criteria? Is that a must or a
We can
nice
get
to
you a
have?
candle.
The sellers were wondering if you like it or should we tone it down a bit?
There has to be a candle out there for weed because there's like the old tobacco candles that are like really popular. And you just go to Walmart and buy them.
They do smell good.
Ugh.
Well, it's usually that tobacco and leather or vanilla.
Yeah, I do have a candle that's like old tobacco and it's something like that, but it doesn't smell like tobacco.
So now everyone go get a weed candle and put it in your open house before people come in.
And that is how you make money.
Well, I got a weed candle, all right. Good thing it's illegal now because you can actually talk about it.
Well, depends what state you're in.
Do
that's true.
Do a candle or partake how you need to partake.
Yeah, as long
If
as you're
not-
doing it legally.
Yeah.
Just get them a bottle of Veuve Clicquot.
There you go. That's the orange label?
That's the orange
Is that
label.
how you say that? Clico. Okay.
I took a champagne class one time. It was actually really insightful.
That champagne is very good.
It is. And people like the champagne class that I taught or I took, it was actually very educational because some people are like, oh, all champagne is the same. It is not.
No.
It's about the bubbles and the bubbles that each one does. And so they made us try like Dom, and then we tried Veuve Clicquot. Then we went to I can never say Monet and Chandon or whatever.
Okay.
And then all the way down to like Andre, that's like the $7 bottle. And when and we started at the Tom and then went all the way down, and for reals, how the bubbles like hit your palate and stuff like that, it is a world of a difference. So, because I can't remember exactly, but like it is like champagne's not really champagne unless it's from Champagne, Italy, because of like the mountains and how they're constructed
how bourbon
essentially.
is in
Yeah.
Kentucky.
California is like the next one. That's where like the Monet and Chandon or whatever comes from. And they're very, very close, but there's still a very big difference.
I just have a problem like spending $70 to $80 on a bottle of champagne.
I don't. Now that I took that class, I feel all bougie.
It is good,
So
though.
every time I'm like, guys, like, trust me, I know how the bubbles are supposed to hit your palate.
Nice.
I feel like we talked about a lot. We didn't go by our little thingy.
I was looking at it. I mean, we touched on it. I mean, because essentially, what we're saying is you network instead of. I mean, not instead of. You focus on the networking on top of building your brand and marketing, but the networking is going to be what creates that warm business for you, and it also creates higher quality transactions for yourself. Because I can't tell you how many times I hear somebody who is working a lead, or even a for sale by owner, or an expired, or the ones that like just kind of that you kind of come to you and they're not like from a network, a referral type of situation, and there's just always issues and relationship like stress and drama, and because that trust and relationship was not built or started from a strong foundation. And so those are always they're great transactions. You make good money from them, but boy, do they create a lot more headaches than just from a network referral.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is kind of random, but it's like, even when you're networking, like, again, having that confidence. I recently met someone, and I could tell they're being a little weird, and they didn't want to sign a BBA. And so I showed houses without it. No, I'm kidding. No. So I eventually talked him into a showing agreement. And then he was like, then he went and met with Tabor, and then called me, and he's like, what do you think about Tabor? And he'd already seen the house, and I'm like, dude, I like it. And I told him, I just straight up said it. It's like, look, dude, I can almost guarantee you I'll get you a better deal than that rep will get you. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, I wasn't really planning on using a realtor, but I think I will now. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Because they're going to pay me.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And turns out I got him $8,000 more than they were offering.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but what's awesome about, I guess this is kind of the other point too, is what's awesome about, and I'll talk good about Homes by Tabor, is all the reps that I've had interactions in, they understand the networking piece, and they understand the relationship up front. They understand what a realtor brings to the table. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, back to all the social media stuff versus the human interaction. It's all about that relationship.
Totally.
And it just works.
It's a good way to make friends too.
Yeah.
Totally.
So there's like that meme out there that a lot of agents say, like, you are going to probably get more sales from your like acquaintances than you will like the people that you're like super close to.
Yeah.
And that's totally kind of true. Like, I've made a ton of money off of a lot of people that I'm like, I guess I was nice to you, and
Well, you got to learn how to talk to the people. You got to go to their level. Like this guy, I knew he didn't want a realtor. I knew he didn't want to go to a realtor because he thought he was going to lose money on that.
Yeah.
And that's all he needed.
Yeah.
Was, no, you're not. In fact, you're going to gain.
Yeah.
And then now he's like, what's next in the process? Like, I don't know what to do. I've never done this before.
That's what secures our job. Like people like us, any agent who's been doing it, like, it's like, man, no, we could do this like in our sleep.
Yeah.
But people who don't do this every day, it's an intimidating process, and they don't even know how it works.
Or they don't know how close they are to really screwing it up.
Dude, we have somebody who works for us as a contractor that I'm helping get a house, and then we're going to list their house, okay? And their first interaction was not even reaching out to me.
They're doing the same.
They went through Zillow.
Stuff. Oh God, yeah.
And scheduled an appointment because they really wanted to see a house.
Yeah.
And now it's all taken care of, but it's like people are just they just don't get it. They don't know how it works. And they don't know how much, like, do I have to pay them? What's the process? How much is it going to cost me? Like, how do I, there's just so much that they don't know, or that they assume because they've heard it from somebody, or they just think it, and so they run with it.
Yeah.
And so we can, like, one of the things I'm guilty of is assuming that people know how it works.
Yeah.
Especially with the commission side. And you can never assume that. You got to just say, like, hey, this is how it works. And you'll be surprised how many people, like what you just said, like, oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I recently just had a buyer, and I don't feel bad. It's just funny. They clicked on a Zillow link and got a hold of one of our Bricks agents. And then they text me like, hey, we talked to so-and-so at Bricks, and we're going to start looking at properties. I just thought we should let you know. I'm like, let me know what? You're not going to use me?
Right. They didn't get it.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, well, we just thought because it was at Bricks, it'd be cool or whatever.
Yeah.
And I go, did you sign something with this person?
Yeah.
And they go, no. I'm like, okay, well, then you're going to use me.
Yeah. That's the exact scenario.
I said, quit clicking on Zillow.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, we didn't know. I'm like, no, I know. I was like, I'm just giving you crap at this point.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I feel bad because it's like that agent thought they're going to do something. Like, but that's all. I'm like, look, just because I have ownership in the company doesn't mean that I just have a bunch of money.
Not only that, but if someone at Bricks does it, it might not impact you at all in an income way.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Call Jennifer Hubbard.
It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's the exact scenario that we're dealing with.
Okay.
It was a Bricks agent that got it, thankfully. And it actually worked out because it's one of our newer agents. So I'm now tag teaming it with him.
That's cool.
But it was my network. And so I had them cancel the Zillow appointment. And we're going to go through my commission, and now he's going to make more money than he would have if he did all of it by himself with Zillow, and now I get help with it.
Yeah. They're getting tagged with this video now, by the way.
Yeah.
We need a code word for them.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
The Z brand. Say something like that. That's funny. Real estate's nuts, man.
Well, that's
Yes,
all
it
she
is.
wrote, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
All right. Well, as we come to an end, we just want to thank you all for watching and listening and enjoying your time with us here today. And again, if you like what you heard, like, subscribe, comment, click the bell for future notifications, and we will see you on the next episode. We're signing off. I'm Casey Teeter. This is Curtis Haddock and Brooke Massey.